Hi, my name is Donna Wheeler, and in 2016 I had to have a disc replaced in my neck, and a couple of years later went on an event with some of my girlfriends called the Great Inflatable Race. And at that event I fell on one of the inflatables and injured my neck again. I did not tell anyone, told everyone I was fine, didn't mention it to my husband, and we were visiting Awaken Church for probably our third visit, and Pastor Chad was preaching and all of a sudden stopped during the middle of the sermon and said, "Whose neck's hurting?" And that was a little weird to me, but I looked around, no one said anything, no one raised their hand. He asked again whose neck was hurting, and no one spoke up. The third time that he did it, before I knew it, my hand was up in the air, and my husband has that weird look on his face because I didn't tell him either. But he asked me what happened, and I told him how I'd injured my neck again, and he asked me to put my hand on the back of my neck. And when I did, it was very hot. Of course, I didn't know if that was from being nervous because I raised my hand in this new church, but anyway, he went on and we prayed over it, and he asked me to touch my neck again, and it was hot again. I don't know if I was feeling anything at that moment or not because I was nervous and a little embarrassed. But after church, we went home. We're on our way home, and my husband and I were in the truck, and he asked what that was all about because I hadn't mentioned to him that I was hurt again. And during the conversation, I told him, that I'd hurt my neck and that I'd been praying and meditating on healing because I didn't want to have surgery again. And my neck was still hurting in the truck though, and I said maybe that belonged to someone else, and maybe I stepped in front of someone else's healing, and I started feeling really bad about that because I was still hurting. And he said, no, if you raised your hand then and he stopped in the service, then that was for you. And so I took it and I owned it, and I agreed with him that he was right. And right in that moment I felt a very hot sensation again, almost as if someone took their finger that was hot like coals, and down the nape of my neck and across my shoulders, almost like a cross in a sense. And my husband saw me and asked what that was, and I told him that sensation that I had. And we got home, and later on we were eating dinner, and I said, my neck is not hurting anymore since that, and it hasn't hurt since then. And so I believe that that was for me, and that because of my faith that I took a hold of that and I owned it. And had Pastor Chad not mentioned that day, I don't know that I would have reached out and owned that like I did. So I'm very thankful for Pastor Chad for mentioning that during the service, and for me having the faith and belief that could happen to me. So when I was younger, growing up in the church that I went to, we really didn't talk about faith like that for miracles or healing, so it was all new to me. But if he was going to believe it, and I had already gone through the surgery that I had gone through before, I was going to believe it, that was for me, and I am healed today. And I believe it was because of that service and that praying and belief that it happened to me.